additions to the family. Oh, I know. It's okay. This one's name is Grizzly. He's usually very quiet. And he'll fall asleep in your arms. And he's super cute. So, let me go put him back. Okay, so that one's kind of like my favorite. So, but yeah. This video is probably going to be muted because they are very loud and very noisy, and people would get very annoyed with them because I know I do sometimes. So, even though I love them to death, they are very noisy. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so now I am going to, ooh, get it, girl, get it. So I'm going to be getting getting into that look that I just showed you guys. I'm going to go into my MAC primer. So I'm going to prime the eyes with these after I've done my eyebrows. I did do them off camera because it just kind of is time consuming and this video is already long enough. So yeah, just gonna carve out those brows, girl. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing I need. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise now's not the right time. Yeah, I don't wanna fight with you. Okay, so now I'm going to be going in with my Fit Me powder. I'm just going to set my eyes just to lay down that base for the eyeshadow so it's just not chalky when I'm moving it around with my brushes and stuff. So I'm just going to go in with that with my beauty blender, and there's my love. There's Shane. So I'm just going to lay it down on there. Try to give you hints that are not hard to see. Right on the line. Alright, so now I'm going to be going in with the James Charles palette. I'm going to be going in with that red shade. I'm not sure what the names are. I threw away the thing. So I'm going to be going in with that. And for this, I'm just going to be outlining the shape of my eye. And then eventually I'm just going to blend that color in with the other colors. This look is very technical and difficult, so I just wanted to make sure I did it correctly. I would rather lie. I would rather lie. Okay, so now I'm going to be going in with that orange shade at the top of that with a smaller detailed brush. And I'm just going to try to blend that red with the orange. A tip for that I would help other people is to not go so high with the colors. I made a mistake by doing that in the beginning, and so it kind of just looked chalky in the beginning, and it took me a lot longer to blend out that red shade. So just for warning, just try to keep it closer to the red, or even bring the red down a little bit next time. Hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing I Okay, and so because I went so high with that orange color, when I took this yellow, I just took a really smaller brush. It was a little bit more stiff, and I just tried to like basically brush it right above it, just because I didn't want to go too high to where it was like fading into my eyebrow. Like that would have just been terrible. And so yeah, I just tried to blend that red with the orange with the yellow, and I just kind of kept going back with the pigments just so I can get that pigmentation that I wanted from each of the colors, so you could see it all, and it blended really nicely. Okay, and so now I'm going to be going in with the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe, the second like little minis that they did, and I think it's called Frame, I believe. So I'm going to be taking that color and going back in with the James Charles palette and taking that deeper, more of like a maroony shade, and I'm just going to be blending that on the outside of the eye, the outer corner, and in with that red, just to deepen it up a little bit more, so when I do the cut crease it looks really flush.
Devil in a red dress.
Okay, and so now I'm gonna go back in with that MAC primer that I used in the beginning to set my eye, and I'm going to cut the crease. So how I cut it is I just basically went from the inner corner to the outer corner, but I didn't go all the way to the outer corner. It was kind of more of like a half cut crease, but I left enough of the darker maroon shade so you could see it pop for the finished look. And so now I'm just going to be taking that NYX glitter primer and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand and just going to take that flat brush again, or a smaller flatter brush, and I'm going to put it right on top of that primer that we just set down. And so now I'm going to be going in with that blue shimmer shade in the Jacqueline X Morphe, the first palette, in the bottom left hand corner, and I'm going to go in that with that really bright blue shimmery shade, and I'm just going to lay it on top of that primer, and the primer actually is going to make it more pigmented. Alright girl, now we're going to go in with some face makeup. So we're going to go in with some MAC Studio Fix foundation, and we're just going to pounce that into the face. I know it looks a little crazy, and I know my foundation is light, so do not clock me, girl. I am just, you know, doing my thing, and I do all that other stuff that'll help out the coloring later on in the video. And so now I'm going to be going in with the L'Oreal Age Rewind concealer. I know it's a little bit more of my color, but I go in later with the MAC primer that we used on our eyes, and I put that on top of it, so it just lightens up a little bit more because the concealer was too dark for me. Okay, and now I'm going to be going in with my Fit Me powder again, and I'm just going to be putting this all over my face just to set the concealer and the foundation with my Beauty Blender and my Lexi brush. Alrighty, now we're going to be going in my Tarte bronzer. I don't really contour, I just kind of just bronze my face a little bit more because, like I said, my concealer wasn't, I'm sorry, my foundation was a little too light, so I go heavy. Like, at first I just go really light, but then I go back in with it again and just go heavy with it. Okay, so I didn't film it, but on the top outer part of my lid, I just went back in with those dark shades and I just kind of blended it out a little bit more with the blue because it looked a little choppy and I didn't want to leave it with just the blue hanging out like that. And so I use that same dark shade underneath my eyes, and then like I said, I go back in with that bronzer again. Okay, so I don't show what blush I'm using. I'm not sure why. I think I just took it from one of the palettes, but it was way too pigmented and I put way too much on. So a good trick is to just get a beauty blender if you put too much on your face with anything, with any powder, and just pounce it away. And then from the Jaclyn Hill palette, those two lighter shades in the top left hand corner, I went ahead and put that in the inner corner for highlighting. It is real good, girl. You should try it. Okay, and then right here I'm just putting on mascara. They're both the Benefit, and then the other one is, I'm trying to remember, it's like So Bomb or something like that. It's by Tarte. I can't remember the name. I'm so sorry. Oh, Bombshell. Bombshell. It's called Bombshell. Sorry about that. And this is the finished look, guys. This is how it turned out. I was so happy with it. It looks absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any recommendations, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Bye.